everyone, this is Pam with Bug Bites, and I wanted to show you a couple of things with this new Gypsy update 0191, which is the firmware update portion, and right now the content part of it is in 0193. So this one is a particular glitch. I have posted it in my blog and you can read it, but I also wanted to show it in the video because it seemed a little bit confusing. This will not matter unless you want to do something like a trifold card or you want some images hanging out on both sides of the mat. It will not affect you if you want it hanging out just on one side of the mat, but suppose you want an image hanging out exactly at a particular spot on both sides of the mat, this way and that way, up or down, it will create a problem. And let me try to show you what I mean. If I want any shape which is like this with a center image and two sides hanging out, I'll not get it unless I work around it a bit. Let me add a figure from Gypsy Wandering so that you can follow along with me, and I will choose a figure which is unique in a way that I can make out if it's exactly in a position. I'm not choosing a rectangle or a plain square for that reason, because this petal will allow me to judge whether it's moved or not. So let me copy and paste and let me group it and weld. Then make it purple and look at what happened. This shifted and I was not allowed to put it in place. See? Now if I try to grab hold of it, see what happens? Now immediately when something like this happens, your first thought is to change your mat size to 24 by 12, and since I can see that in that changing back, obviously I am able to have one side go off the mat, so it means that it will allow only one side to hang out of the mat and a little bit of the other too, because it is hitting a barrier there. So immediately your first thought is to change the mat size and then move. This way we are getting only one image off the mat, and then you can always slide this. Cricut will not know whether you have put a 12 by 24 or a 12 by 12 mat. It does not know. So as long as you just load the paper as it is and push it in with you can either do that, you can either just put a 12 by 12 mat in place of 12 by 24, or you can try, once you have done this, in previous updates we always do that, first do it in 12 by 24 and then bring it to 12 by 12 mat. Now you'll see that that is possible, but as soon as you try to grab hold of it and change it, it will not allow you to do so. Now let's see what happens. This is just curiosity. Let's see what happens if you try to do the same thing to 12 by 6 mat. Now anytime you want to change anything in mat or 6 by 12 to 12 by 24, you need to know exactly where the image goes, so or in which quadrant it belongs in a 12 by 24 mat. So I'll put the star and then I'll try to change it to 24 by 12. Clearly this lower left hand quadrant is the equivalent to 12 by 24. So anytime I place anything in this image or out of that, it's not going to take. So that's a good thing to know. I just wanted to show you that. So now I've got it where I want it and put it back in a 12 by 6 mat. You see how this has moved again? So it will not allow me to do that. So we have to find another workaround, not a workout. And how we can do that is first ungroup it and then try to move this You can overlap it. And now when you try to weld, to group and weld, it's already welded, so now when you try to group it, it is possible. So when you try to add something the first time and leave it as it is, it will take. But when you try to move it or increase the size, for example, let me try to increase the size. See, immediately the glitch gets into effect, and I'll delete that. And you can try this by actually the first time itself, get it exactly where you want to place it, the exact size and where you want to place it, then just paste, and then when you try to move this, it will resist, but then you can pull it a little bit more. Now this way you're just allowing only one side to go off the mat, so it will allow you to do that. Now grab hold of the second one, not that one. Okay, doesn't matter. Get this exactly where I want. Now you're not grouped anything, so it allowed that to go outside. The same thing, you're making this go outside, you're not grouped or you're not welded, so it'll allow to do that. It'll allow me to do that. Now it's the same thing like ungrouping and grouping it. It will allow me to do what I want. And initially this was not centered, so if I try to grab hold of it, you see how it moves back again. So the work around for this is get it to the size you want, get it where you want, and just leave it as it is. Don't change anything. If you have the baby bug, that is. If you have the Cricut E, Cricut expression, then do it in 12 by 24, move it to the do it in 12 by 12 mat, move it to 12 by 24 and get it back. And once you get it back exactly where you want it, again, do not move, do not increase, don't do anything. So this is the glitch in this update, and as Makeup Girl 217, my friend, says, it's annoying but not fatal. And I hope you enjoyed watching this, if you can call watching glitches enjoyable. But thank you for watching, and see you again next time.